Hi folks, I'm Matt, and I've had way too much sugar. Alright, so continuing our review of Firefly the game, it's time to review the Esmerelda and the Jetwash, the two ship expansions on the series. I'm going to start off with the Jetwash first, I think. The Jetwash, of course, comes with its own little ship there, and yes, the pictures are correct. This is way bigger than the regular Firefly ships. I have no idea why they did it that way. They said, oh, they're coach work, so they're going to be bigger. But I don't understand. That's kind of confusing to me. Now, of course, it does come with its own die, which is kind of neat. It comes with its own extra tokens for the board. As you see, we even have a haven token. If you have the expansions, you need a haven for it. So I really like that. Of course, it comes with jobs here, specifically 4 games for the Jetwash, which I do love again. We also have a new captain. It's Zoe. What? Yeah, and she has loyalty. Soldiers in your crew, soldiers, do not become disgruntled. If they're not paid, they're cut on successful jobs. And she can carry 2 gear. That is really cool. Now, if you're playing with Zoe as a captain, you have to remove her from the game as the crew member. You can't, of course, have 2 Zoes in this universe. Of course, they have a drive core range of 5, and you spend 1 fuel token to initiate a full burn. And it says when initiating a full burn, you can spend an additional fuel token and increase the max range by 2. So if you didn't quite make it there, which is really neat, you can still, on that same turn, go a little bit farther in the Jetwash. Now, the Jetwash does come with a few extra cards that go with it. As you see, it says Jetwash here, so they come with these upgrades. First one is you have to discard at the start of a move action to treat all nav cards that would normally move a Reaver or Alliance ship as a big black card instead. So this decoy nav sat cluster is fantastic. If you are going to a certain planet and you want to ensure that you make it there on a full burn, discard this, and any card that brings a Reaver or someone to you or an Alliance ship to you is discarded. It's just done as a keep flying option. Love, love, love that card. Fantastic idea. Again, coming up with great ideas here. Now, this is the Zinsu Emergency Ramjets. Listen to this. You can discard it to use as an action to initiate a full burn. So, if you want to initiate a full burn, or it could be used in addition to a standard move action. So, if you want to move a double burn and really zoom across the verse, this is the ship upgrade for you. I love it. Comes with the Jetwash. Of course, they have copies of those cards you would put in the Space Bazaar, so that's nice as well. And then, of course, we're looking at the Jetwash board here. As you see, it doesn't have a stash. It stashes where its fuel tokens are kept. It only has a crew of 5, 3 active jobs, and only 2 upgrades it can have. And you're thinking, well, this does not look good. Well, look at its special rule here. You have an emergency Nav Assist. You can discard a part to count as a pilot. That's awesome. So if you get hit by Reavers and you don't have a pilot, well, if you discard a part card, that counts as a pilot. This can get you out of some quick jams. Interesting, interesting ship. So let's look at the Esmerelda. Basically the same thing here, except it's purple. Again, it's kind of oversized. Again, I don't understand why they didn't get them regular size, but oh well. It does come with its own die, of course. I like that. That's a neat addition to it. Does come with its own player cards right there. You can play as the Esmerelda with that. Of course, its own tokens here, additional tokens to help it out, a Haven token as well. It doesn't come with a captain, just comes with a few cards here. Of course, it has that drive core, number 5, just like the Jetwash. But its 2 ship upgrades that go on the Esmerelda is the full mess deck. It says during a fly action, you can discard this as a cargo or contraband and remove a disgruntled from your crew. That is interesting for only 400 bucks. That would be worth it. Then you have another cargo thing. They're caravan pods. You can only carry passengers or fugitives in them, and you get a 1+ to your ship's max crew. Another thing for 400 bucks. So that's really interesting too. Now, one thing I didn't mention, you have to pay for these upgrades automatically. They come out of your kiddie pool at the very beginning because you have to pay for the upgrade if you select one of these extra ones. But still, it's not bad. It gives you some guaranteed ship upgrades. And of course, the rest of the deck just has some extra cards that you can pick up in Persephone. So let's look at the ship thing here. Same thing as the Jetwash, as you can see, the stash, the cargo. The crew is 5, active jobs are 3, only 2 slots. But its special rule is a mobile refuge. Fugitives on board cannot be seized by the Alliance. Wow! So, you know, if you run into the Corvette or the Alliance cruiser ship, guess what? You do not lose your fugitives like the rules say if you're using the Esmeralda. So that's very interesting. Final thing I want to show you is I got the big game mat at Gen Con called the Whole Damn Verse. It's all 3 boards basically put into one gaming mat. Look what else they did here. They even put Higgins on there, so you don't have to have that clunky piece that I showed you in the last week's video to move over the board if you have the game mat. The game mat combines all 3 boards in one. So again, thoughts on the Esmeralda and the Jetwash. I don't know why the ships are made bigger. I know the excuse they give you. It's almost like they just lost the mold and wanted to make the ship bigger. I don't know. Even though I don't like that, I do love the ships. Now, which one do I think is better? If you had to ask me, I'm going to pick the Esmeralda. I think the Jetwash is great, but of course, once you use its fancy tricks, they're one and done and out the door, and then you're left with just that really awesome pilot option. But is it enough? I don't know. I feel the Esmeralda you can get more benefit out of. But of course, in Jetwash, you do get Zoe as a captain. Now, that's just me. You may say, actually, Matt, I think the Jetwash is a lot cooler. And you have a good argument to make because I think the Jetwash is good. I do like how they added extra game scenarios for each ship. I think that's really neat. The Gale Force 9 keeps coming up with very inventive ideas, and that game mat, folks, is amazing. I picked it up as an impulse buy at Gen Con because everyone was just rushing out to get stuff. I was like, oh, and I grabbed it and ran to the cash register. I didn't even open it till I got home. I didn't know what it was. I knew it was a game mat, but I didn't know, is it that good? Is it worth it? Because I would never buy this game mat. If I'd have seen it online, I'd been like, pass. You know, but folks, actually get this game mat. Sure, you may have all 3 big box expansions, but you know what? That game mat would be so much easier than combining 3 boards together, putting a little piece over Harvest. No, I love the mat. In fact, I look forward to the day when I can get 9 players around the board, around that mat, and we have an awesome game of Firefly. I very much look forward to it. But that's all for this week, gamers. Until then, game on!